The world is degenerating right now, and those with eyes to see will see it, and with ears to hear will hear it. Check this out. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Keith, Man of Letters, Knowledge, Information, Entertainment. If you found this video, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We got some good stuff on here, I promise. For example, check this video out. Okay, it has been man's goal to make things easier, right? Your life easier, my life easier. Hooray, shout out, we got it, we nailed it. However, it has become too easy because, as they say, good times create, or difficult times create strong men to overcome the difficulty, right? And then those strong men, now that they're killing it, create good times because that's the goal of human. We want things to become easier, right? But those strong men that create good times, now men raised in the good times without the tempering force of the hammer and fire. Without that, now we have a new generation of men who've never been tempered by flame, and now they create difficult times because they can't run the world, right? Man does all the things. We domesticated animals so that they can pull our plows. We invented the plow so we wouldn't have to dig with our hands. We learned how to forge metals and steel so that our tools lasted longer and worked better, right? Everything is to get better, but it's not only the physical realm. Now we've come to the age where even our mental realms are made easier for us. You're having a bad day, you're experiencing depression and anxiety. Don't worry about addressing what's making you anxious. Don't worry about getting your life together. Don't worry about going for a walk or exercising to get healthy dopamine fixes. Just take a pill. Now you can just take a pill and you're happy. But it doesn't end with that. Even the spiritual realm. Now we got 20-year-old kids talking about, I was a starseed and I came out of here with all knowledge intact and like, here's my $500 course. And, now everyone's a guru at any age if they have a good story behind it, right? Everything happens so quick. There's no rite of passage. There's no trial and error. There's no trial by fire. Think about the blacksmith. The sword that is the strongest is the one that is heated with the hottest fire and tempered with the strongest hammer and smith. Every tempering blow from the blacksmith hardens the steel, sharpens the steel over and over again. Smash city, baby, smash city. All of it, you are tempered. And this is what happens in the real world. Your life, everything that comes into your sphere that's negative or that's a trial is tempering you. It is the hammer that tempers you. Thank God something is there so that your soul can be crafted, can be molded into something worthwhile. Your soul can be either brilliant to look upon or it can be horrifying to look upon. And it depends on how you react to the flame of the world. Will you allow it to temper you or will you allow it to destroy you? The choice is yours. So, as the age-old saying goes, difficult times create strong men create good times create weak men create difficult times, and this cycle goes on. How do we fix that? I don't know exactly. I'm sure it's different for every person, right? Here's an example. Next time you're feeling depressed or anxious, instead of having a beer, having a smoke, popping a pill, do some self-reflecting. Meditate. Oh, well, every time I meditate, I have all these worries that pop up and I can't focus and it just stresses me out more and like all these thoughts and I'm worried about my bills and I'm worried about that and I'm worried about this. It's like, okay, great, perfect. That's a great starting point. Go meditate. The first 5 things that pop up in your head that are causing the anxiety, that are causing you to not be able to meditate, address them. You haven't paid your bills? Pay them. Your job, you don't like your job? Get a different one. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's easier said than done, Keith. I get it. Duh. Welcome to planet Earth. Nothing is easy when you're having a trial by fire. That is your chance to be tempered by the flame. Right? Yes, I know it's not easy. That's the point. Because the conversation is when things are always easy, then we create difficult times. I had a little coughing attack, excuse me. And I'm going to read something from the Kolbrin Bible that you guys should check out. If you're new to my channel, please listen to the Kolbrin Bibles. We have a bunch of them already on our channel. They're gold. Adversity and affliction, like the smith, shape as they strike. They stand as challengers on the pathway to truth and test the aspirants for godhood. Can you imagine people out here in the spiritual realm and the self-development realm and all of these realms of self-mastery, but when they get caught up in the complaint world and they get caught up in the woe is me, they want to be gods and they get tested like gods. If you want to be a fool, then you'll be tested like a fool. You'll take fool tests. If you want to be a god, you're going to take god tests. What kind of tests do you want to take? What do you want to be? You want to go next level? Then you're going to take next level tests, period. That's how it works. The universe gives us what we require at any given point. More perfect causes create more perfect effects. How could they not? How could they not? Calamity ever lurks at the heels of man. It dogs his footsteps wherever he turns. It strikes in the dark like those who lay in wait for the wayfarer. It haunts the residences of prosperity and peace. The wise man is ever girt to meet it. In the halls of pleasure, he carries a sword. We start to get into that idea. Halls of pleasure, he carries a sword. How about that? How many of us carry a sword into the halls of pleasure? That's where it happens. Have you guys ever seen Pinocchio? You guys realize that's the story of Pinocchio, right? Pleasure Island. What happens at Pleasure Island? You get everything you want. You get candy, there's toys, there's rides. But what happened to the children? What do they turn into? They turn into donkeys. They turn into jackasses. Always carry your sword into the halls of pleasure. To bear up well under the blows of adversity is not easy, but even more difficult is to maintain balance under the wiles of prosperity. Men who are men do not degenerate under adversity, but in the soft arms of prosperity. Many of these surrender their vigor and manhood. Who among mortal men can assess the nature of adversity? What greater calamity can befall man than death? Man does not wither away under calamity. Man does not wither away under the temper of the flame. There he is hardened. There he is hardened. It is under prosperity that man becomes flaccid. Someone said this to me. I think my mom said it to me. I was getting a dad bod. And my mom was like, "Oh, that's okay. That just means you're really happy and comfortable in your relationship and like in your life. It means you're comfortable." And my thought was, that's not a good thing. Because what? So I just just accept that. Now I gain more weight and I gain a little more weight. I drink a little more, whatever. This is because things are going good again. And then I'm dying of heart disease. But that's the thing. The thing is, we want pleasure, we want more ease and grace, like we always say, right? We want it, but how do we balance it? We balance it by not giving in to either side of the spectrum too much. We walk the middle path. By all means, go to Pleasure Island, but take your sword with you. Don't wallow in despair because you become despair. When you wallow in despair, you succumb to envy, you succumb to greed, and you're looking for evil around every corner because evil follows you around every corner because you are now filled with greed and envy, which are two of the darkest emotions that one can carry with them. So as you should search around every corner for evil because it will be there if you decide to live in that sphere of existence. Am I making sense? If you're hearing the video, can I get a thumbs up? Can I get a comment? How are you guys feeling so far? Am I making sense? Like I said, I don't have an exact answer. Like this ain't an exact science. It can't be. There's an infinite amount of variations and nuances in everyone's life, but the way to overcome that is to know thyself. I don't have the answers to make your life better. I have answers of how basic mechanisms work. Like, hey, if you're going to Pleasure Island, take a sword. I can't tell you how to use it. I can't tell you exactly how to identify who the evil person is. I can't exactly tell you when you start turning into a jackass, if you will or if you won't. Will you turn into a donkey? The nuances, I'm not here for that. This is your journey. This is your adventure. And any guru out there, any spiritual adept, or any self-development master that tells you they've got the answers for you is lying through their teeth. They're trying to sell you a product, most likely. Not that trying to sell you a product is inherently bad, but the point being is there's a lot of work that has to be done that you're going to have to do for yourself. But thank God that that's the way, man, because this is your adventure. This is your story. It ain't my story. It ain't this dude's story. It's you and maybe a couple mushrooms and the woods, baby. I'm like the Gandalf. I'm like, I don't have, hey, I'm going to be doing my own thing most of the time. You need some advice? You need a shoulder to bounce some ideas off of? Absolutely. I got you. I can drop some heat on you all day, every day. I can drop heat all day, every day, baby. I could be the hammer and the tempering flame if you need me to be, but that's it. You're going to have to wield the sword. But it's a beautiful ride. It is. You're crafting your soul, man. This is. You know, when you shed the 3D vessel and your soul shines through the etheric, and you get a chance to see what's underneath, how are you going to feel? Man is the child of misfortune. Those who never knew calamity have gone. Earth does not unnecessarily oppress man, as the weaklings declare. Her role is to instruct and develop. And can this be done without chastisement? There is a time for instruction and a time for play. Earth provides both, and she is not unduly harsh. Life contains far more pleasure than pain, far more joy than sorrow. He who wants all play and no labor has no place on earth, no place on earth. Instruction is rarely wholly a pleasure, nor is learning inseparable from chastisement. Things change. Times move ever onward. Nothing remains constant, for this is law. Therefore, bewail not your lot because of it. Were the burden too great for your shoulders, you would not be here. To criticize the law is futile foolishness. Far better to harmonize yourself with it. Everything changes. The greater it is, the more liable to do so. If your nature is such that you cannot submit to the law, then you are among the most unfortunate of men, for you add needlessly unto your burden, unto your sorrow. Very peculiar, don't you think? If you made it this far, leave a comment. Hello. It's nice to see you. It is nice for you to be here. I love you guys. I hope you're getting value out of these videos. I'm getting value out of making them. I'm literally, it seems like I'm talking to you, but really I'm talking to myself. I'm having a conversation with Keith, right? 'Cause I'm using my own examples. Like, Keith, and then you guys are like caught in between the conversation between my higher self and myself. And you're listening to the conversation. That's what this is. And hopefully it's kind of rubbing off on you. But if you're getting some value, I would love if you followed the channel, or at least like the video. Maybe share it in some communities that you're a part of so we can grow this baby, start building pyramids and whatnot. Thank you guys for the continued support. Thank you so much for the support on the channel. Thank you for being here, being homies, the whole thing. Thank you. I'll see you soon, okay? I'll see you soon. Take it easy.